Welcome back to The Count. I'm Mike Carter. The California legislature this week approved a bill that this week would punish parents who did not affirm their child's gender identity. Assembly Bill 957, known as the Transgender, Gender Diverse, and Intersex Youth Empowerment Act, passed the California Assembly by a party line 57-16 vote on Friday. The state Senate passed the bill on Wednesday, and by a 30-9 vote, the bill would include parents' affirmation of the child's gender identity as part of the health, safety, and welfare of the child. Joining us now to discuss is Bridget Ziegler, director of the Leadership Institute's School Boards Programs, and Terry Schilling, president of the American Principals Project. Thank you both for joining us tonight. Bridget, parents losing custody of their children if they refuse to accept their child's gender transition. Isn't this the highest level of grooming?
There's so many elements that are wrong with this, but it's another example of how serious this is and how parental rights are truly under attack. As a school board member, we see these across the country where there was policies in which schools would withhold information from parents under the presumption, without any facts, that they may not immediately affirm. Now you have California going to the extreme and putting it into law. This is the exact thing that is getting parents across the country up in arms and active, and they need to, because their voices need to be heard, and we need to push back from this very, very dangerous precedent. And California starts the tipping point, and I fear that other states will follow if we don't get active across the country.
Yeah, Terry, outrage is continuing to grow on the West Coast right now as California establishes the first Transgender History Month in the nation. Media reports local legislatures passed the resolution in response to parental rights groups, I should say, seeking to block the state's efforts to transition children without moms and dads knowing. Terry, what do you have to say about this?
Well, first, I just want to say there is absolutely nothing affirming whatsoever about pushing your child to reject their body, putting them on cross-sex hormones, chemical castration drugs, and even surgeries to alter their body. That is the opposite of affirmation. And in reality, if affirmation is so important for a child's development, we probably shouldn't be mutilating their bodies. But regarding the first ever Transgender History Month in schools in California, I want to point something out that a lot of people are missing. It's the first month that the kids come back. They are going to spend the first month back at school learning transgender history. I don't know transgender history. I never had it. I imagine it's all lies and garbage, mostly because transgenderism wasn't invented until like the 1950s. Yeah, sure, people cross-dressed, but they didn't actually believe they were the opposite sex. They called them transsexuals. This is absolutely preposterous. This is where your tax dollars are going, right? And like Bridget said earlier, Mike, this stuff in California ends up going to all those other states, and it catches on. So we got to snuff this out while we can.
Yeah, Bridget, Terry brings up a great point. I mean, the first month of school, this is what they're learning about?
No, it's heartbreaking. Listen, I'm a mother of three, and to see the time, you don't get that valuable time back when it comes to instruction. Meanwhile, across the country, we're seeing declining proficiency rates in reading and writing and mathematics, which is what our taxpayer dollars should be funding so we can graduate productive members of society, not some aggressive liberal agenda that we're seeing all over the place, but certainly California is they are actually at the top of the spear. And that's exactly why at the Leadership Institute, we're actually headed out to California because there are some amazing moms and dads who are fired up. They've never been politically active, but they're making their voices heard. We're helping them organize and be effective, run for school board where they can block a lot of these policies. We've seen amazing things in Chino, Temecula, and what have you, but we can't let up. I think that's the biggest part is California really is the tipping point, and I fear if we don't have more and more parents stepping up, which I'm glad that we're seeing more every single day, but anyone that's on the sidelines, really seriously, they need to take this serious and get involved, and we're there to help them.
Yeah, if you don't have kids, you might not know this is happening in your schools. If you do, boy, it's scary. Bridget Ziegler and Terry Schilling, thank you for joining us.